The Zacks rank, value, momentum, growth, and income all factor into Zacks rank buys.
Growth and income stocks is what we're going to talk about here with the editor of Zacks Income Investor, Brian Hamilton. You do have a couple of interesting companies here that you're going to talk about.
Yeah, a little diversity on this one. I got what I call a shipping container company, and then a testing component materials semiconductor kind of company as well.
Yeah. So let's go with the container shipping company, Triton International.
Yes.
Big dividend.
Oh, yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, they recently reported earnings where they beat the Zacks consensus earnings and revenue estimates. They saw revenues were up 21% year over year, but most importantly, their container leasing utilization rates were at 98%. Now, this is a deal with your basic economics and supply and demand. Demand has been massively outstripping supply. Now, management has recently issued some debt and purchased a bunch of more containers, which are being delivered in Q4 and Q1. But most importantly, due to the increase in demand, they are able to increase their leasing contracts from their average 5 years to 7 years. So that's stringing out their consistent revenue streams for an extra 2 years. Now, they've also been able to sell their old and used containers for a higher rate than they were before. So it's a nice little boost to the revenues as well.
Sure.
Also, the IMF recently increased their global growth expectations for both 2017 and 2018. So we're in the midst of the beginning of a really nice global growth cycle that Triton's going to be able to take advantage with all the new shipping and containers and all the trade that's going around as of late. And as you mentioned, they pay a really nice 4.5% dividend yield as
huge.
well. Oh yeah, it is massive. But I also want to show you their price and consensus graph here so you can see it a little more visually.
Okay.
As of late, beginning of 2017, we have seen a really nice uptick in the price, but most importantly, we're seeing increases in the annual earnings estimates, which gives us a really nice growth story here. And as you expect, given that information, analysts have increased their estimates for the next 2 quarters and 2 years, and actually we see it as a unanimous agreement here. They've all increased their estimates for here, which has caused the next 2 quarters and the next 2 years to be positively revised. So we have a really nice growth cycle company through 2018 that pays a massive 4.5% dividend yield as well.
And any indication as to whether that dividend's going to get hiked?
They actually increased it in their last report to 45 cents on a quarterly basis. So
wow.
Given their growth and their history, we could see another dividend hike in 2018, but that's not really guaranteed. But it's one of those scenarios where you go, and here's what the company's doing, and they're increasing their revenues at 21%.
Right.
So they're going to probably, and they have a history of giving their monies back to the shareholders. So we could see that happen in 2018.
Always nice when you have price appreciation, growth, and dividend growth.
And we have a really nice cycle as well. So we're not looking at a short-term area as we're looking past 2018 for the global growth as well.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to KLA-Tencor Corp. This is a semiconductor equipment company.
Yeah, these guys have been doing fantastic for quite some period now. They just recently also reported earnings where they beat the Zacks consensus earnings and revenue estimates for the 9th consecutive quarter. And even after beating all those estimates, in this most recent quarter, they posted records in shipments, revenues, and non-GAAP EPS. Now, this company is at the forefront of a lot of areas of the high growth in the tech sector where they're testing for defects and components. They test new materials, and they're also in data storage. Now, the tech sector as a whole in Q3 saw 23% year-over-year earnings growth and expected to see double-digit earnings growth over the next 3 quarters as well. So as the tech sector continues to grow, KLA being at the forefront of a lot of these components and testing equipment aspects, they're going to be riding right along with it. Now, their dividend isn't as great as Triton at 4.5%, but they're at 2.3%. No, 2.3% is a really nice dividend as well. And so we have a nice long-term growth outlook for the whole sector for the technology, and where KLA is at the forefront of that, and we have a solid dividend at 2.3%. I also want to show you how this is reflected in their price and consensus area. As you can see, since the end of 2015, we have seen a really nice, consistent upwards movement in the price. And again, most importantly, we're seeing increases in the annual estimates, which gives us a really nice growth story here. If we want to then take a look at their detailed estimates page here, we can see that for the next 2 quarters and the next 2 years have all been positively revised. So again, with this company as well, we have a strong growth sector with a growth company in it and a solid 2.3% dividend yield.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Do you own either of these?
No, I do not, but I do have KLAC in the income investor portfolio.
Okay. And don't forget, always more stock information on our website, more than we have time to give you in these video segments. And to access them and take a look at stock picks and stock picking strategies and commentary and more stuff, just get on over to the homepage, Zacks.com. It's all there for your review with Brian. I'm Terry Ruffalo.